Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Another episode of a comedian lying on a couch doing a self care podcast. I'm Jacques Sab. This is Yelling for Society. And this week I have been doing a lot of self care because I have a rare skin condition. I have a rare skin condition called cold urticaria. Um, urticaria, I think is how you pronounce it, but basically it's a cold-induced hives skin reaction when I'm exposed to cold temperatures. I've had it well since I was a teenager, but it actually has gone away for some time. And then last week I got it big time. I was on my bike cycling. The cold breeze was hitting me, and I was looking and I noticed my legs were going red, and not in a good way. Yeah, it's very very irritating. It's like tingling under your skin. It's like you literally a crawling sensation that you just want to scratch. And yeah, it's terrible. Sometimes in the past, I've had the exposure to like cold water from washing my hands. Had it for like cold drinks, but that's rare, really rare. Some people are more sensitive than I am, so you do get different stuff. But yeah, I first had it when I was a teenager. I random time. I think it was like 15, 16, something, maybe actually younger. And boy in school was like, "Hey, what's up with your face? You got some something happened to your face?" And I'm like, "Ah ha ha, you're just joking around." But no, he said, go look in the mirror." And I went to the bathroom, into the school bathroom, and looked, and I was, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" I just had this blotchy skin, and went to the doctor. It kind of cleared up once it got kind of warmer. He kind of explained that, okay, when you're cold, you have an allergy and this happens, and you just got to kind of cover up. I was very sensitive. Not only I was obviously self-conscious, but it was very irritating. And I remember a few times being out because UK cold weather, especially this was most likely around winter time, but playing football out and getting having to go home early. Just remember like my entire face and sort of skin was just kind of covered in exposed area. So then you get to like always wrapping up, always kind of wearing warm clothes, big scarf, big hats, trying to avoid getting cold. And then to be honest, as an adult, it kind of just went away. Um, for whatever reason, I just didn't really get it, or if I did, it would be on really really cold occasions. But it felt like it was just a something that occurred as a childhood, and maybe occasionally a winter time or something like that, or if I'm just really really cold. But anyway, I've had it all summer where I've had nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm all good, Even last winter, I don't recall too many occasions where I was needing to get any treatment and stuff. And normally I just take some over the counter antihistamine tablets because that's what it is. It's your histamine that is reacting to this, and it's a chemical in the body, and when it reacts, you get all these hives and itchy welts. Anyway, last week, not too cold. I mean, we had a bit of rain, but nothing extreme. But I was out cycling, and yeah, just completely red. And the next day happened again. Next day happened again. I was like, all right, call a doctor, make an appointment, send some photographs, and yeah, basically with myself, because I take antihistamine tablets, they're very low doses, but essentially it is that your body can kind of adapt to it, and it no longer is effective as it once was. So maybe that's the reason why. So she prescribed me something a lot stronger and stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, you can take this and that." And what's funny is like with the doctor, she's trying to explain to me that what she's giving me, even though it's a smaller dose, it's stronger. And I was like, "Oh, but should I take the other one to like add it up, or like what should I do if like it comes back? Should I take should I take two of the strong ones or should I mix it? And basically, she could tell that I wasn't getting it. Like, I wasn't getting the right instructions and stuff. Because she was like, no, 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 this doesn't work with that. It's a different thing. I'm not giving you a stronger dose of the same thing. I'm giving you a completely different medication for it. And basically, the analogy I used was, all oh, right, so it's like before I was having beers, and now you're giving me a shot of tequila. Because a bottle of beer is more liquid, but a shot of tequila is stronger. She was like, yes, that's it. And I was like, how dumb am I? I had to use alcohol math for a doctor to explain to me how medicine works. And I was like, oh, good God. Of all the analogies I could have used, I used beer and tequila to get there. I mean, sometimes it does help when you just put it on simple terms. Like alcohol math is one of the most complicated things ever because I always hated when you go out to the pub with friends. I'm not much of a drinker anymore, but back in the days where it was you're doing the rounds, and then it'd be like, all right, everyone has a beer. Then as soon as one person was like, oh, I'm gonna have a gin and tonic, oh, I'm having wine. Now you gotta do alcohol math and figure out. Well, hold on a second, right? A beer costs this much, but a gin and tonic costs that much. You're getting more alcohol, so we actually need two beers for your gin and tonic. But then the two beers are more expensive than the one gin and tonic, but the alcohol is the same, but the cost is different. It was just always stressful when you go to the pub. That's why I'd get out of the circle. I'd be like, look, I'm gonna order my own drinks. I'm gonna drink at my own pace, right? And just let me know when we're ramping up a level, right? If we're having beers, I'll have beers, and then I'll drink at my own pace at my own time. And then the minute you want to add a shot, I'll add a shot to my own tab. I don't need to. I don't need to split this with you. It's always annoying. But anyway, that has been it really. For the main self care has literally just been actual physical self care. Cold Urticaria, it is very self conscious as well because it's your skin, and you get like just you're covered in red. Your skin's all blotchy and stuff like that. So obviously, I was always self conscious, especially when I was younger. Someone could look at you and stuff. It gives you a perspective of what people with permanent conditions have to live with. Not comparing myself to that in any way, but for 30 minutes, I definitely I'm far more self conscious. I played football on Saturday. I had the pill and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my god, is it gonna come up? I'm sitting there thinking like, is this medicine gonna kick in already? Saturday was fine. I actually didn't feel any symptoms, whatever. But Sunday, took the pill. It's weird saying took the pill. Feels like I'm doing some sort of what the fuck's it called? Jesus fucking Christ! Words, come to me, words. What is it called? Birth control. Well, it sounds like I'm taking fucking birth control when I say I'm on the pill. No, I took my medication, took my prescription for the cold urticaria. Went out to cycle to go into town to meet up with the run club. I'm all red. I'm all itchy. I'm like, oh fuck. And then I had to go in and like just get literally a hair dryer applied to me to warm myself up for a bit. Took another one. I think it started kicking in. The 5K run that I did on the Sunday was fine. But yeah, no, this is something I'm literally going through every morning. Today as well, another one. So yeah, basically for a full week, every time I am out, especially in the morning, I am just a little bit nervous because but I'm trying to get the timing of the dose right. But yeah, I also don't want to be seen. I also like, it's very obvious. Like if you were to look at me, you would see it from quite a distance. It's not like a close up. You can see like just it looks like what was the best way to describe it? Like if someone poured boiling water and your leg turns red, like pink, that's kind of it, like a lobster. That would be it. But obviously you got the hives and stuff like that, and you're always itching, so it actually looks like a rash. But it doesn't feel like it's weird. It's a weird thing to describe. Because even if I was to say Google image it, it's not a fair image because obviously Google images show you the extreme. So and different parts of the body have different things. Like on the actual body, it's a little bit more rash-like, whereas on the thighs and the bigger, let's say, the meatier part of the body, it's a bit more just, I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's just weird to have. It's so rare. No one understands it though. I never got sympathy growing up. It's always like, oh well, ugh. And I'm like, well, can you not see? Can you not see this on me? And it's like, oh, you're using this as it's not an excuse. It's a reason. I hate the people that didn't know the difference between an excuse and a reason. People are like, oh, you're making excuses to bail. I'm like, no, this is a reason to bail. Look at me. I'm actually going through something right now. I'm physically going through a skin condition. Oh boy, a lot of stress. A lot of stress this week. A little bit of angst. This definitely has caused angst, and it reminds me of all the times I had angst, like going out and stuff like that, or being worried. But yeah, my angst this week has been higher. Also, cause like, right, so this is something that's occurred, I'd say, for the last 2 months, where I've skipped signing up for my weekly football group. I've just muted it. I just was not in the mood to even be involved. But a few people that I liked signed up, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go for a week just to see these guys again and just say hi. And it was nice. Caught up with them. I explained to one or two why I've not signed up. And basically, it was when we play football. Before, it used to be really friendly. Everyone kind of passes and stuff like that. If you're in a good position, it's kind of like everyone's treated equally, or at least not made to feel bad if there was a weaker player. But there's one or two that just take it a bit seriously. They think they're really good, and maybe they are. Maybe they played at a level slightly higher than everyone else. But it's the kind of PlayStation mentality of like they're going to control the other players so that it benefits them. They don't actually win the game. It's not like they're playing to win. They're playing to get the ball so that they can touch it more, they can shoot, they can basically play it the way they want, as opposed to a team game. So they're not team players, and as a result, it's this kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's toxic masculinity. I would say it's just like selfish ego. Talk about the male ego frequently on every episode. It always comes up. I can spot it from a mile away. The male ego, because I just see it. It's like behavioral things that I know my species. I just know my species. So yeah, I started the game and people were like kind of cheering me on when I was running after the ball or down defending or being a team player. And I was like, all right, this is good. This is happiness. And then I scored a goal. I was like, all right, nice. I took a shot. I went in. Happy days. We're up. And then as the game kicked on and things weren't going our team's way, there it was again. It was like, you do this, you do that. I want you there. And I'm like, this is not effective. Like, why am I standing in this position? Why am I not doing this? Why are we not having any link up play? Why is there no teamwork? And it's just, I thought, this is it. This is the reason why I don't like to play football anymore. Literally, the passion for this was gone because there's no longer that friendly environment, that friendship, that kind of like, cheering each other on, or at least the one thing that I missed about it was the silliness. Because sometimes you're playing against someone, an opponent, and he beats you, he dribbles past you, and you can kind of like laugh it off because it's like, hey, you know what, you got me this time, I'll get you next time. If you have a little scruffle, you apologize straight away, or you just kind of like get go throughout the game. Like we're all friends, we're all laughing. But then just one or two who like, they can see people enjoying themselves, and they don't enjoy themselves. What they do is they want to just play their own game, and not be part of the whole group. Not have that community feeling. And I don't know, like I used to be very competitive, and I used to always like overthink these games and overthink this stuff. And maybe, I don't know, price of being old, price of just companionship. I mean, male loneliness epidemic, all these kind of terms that we see. Maybe I just missed the community side of things, where it was a catch up and it was a how are you type thing. And because I realized that actually none of these games matter. I mean, we're not keeping score. We're not playing in a league. There's no prize. It's literally just a catch up every week. But yeah, the mood has changed. I don't enjoy it anymore, and I just thought I'm just gonna walk away from this. But yeah, I can see people. One of the sixth senses you get as a guy, if you were raised right, if you were raised in this kind of masculine environment, is the ability to know when someone's sizing you up. So I'll give you some examples, right? So obviously I talked about when you play a sport, people size you up all the time. There's something about being good at sports that people like. I don't mind that if I'm not good at sports, right? Like when I play basketball, I shoot hoops. I throw the ball in the air. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, I try again. But when it comes to like dribbling, I know I'm not good. I don't play the sport in that way, so it doesn't bother me. I have no hand-eye coordination, so things like tennis doesn't bother me that I'm not good at it. For whatever reason, like football or whatever a person's sport may be, the fact that like I've accepted that I'm not professional way long ago. So when I play for fun. I can do a little dribble and enjoy myself. If something works out for me, if I score a nice goal, like I know that it's obviously just technique and stuff. But in a real life game situation, I would never do that. Like I'm humble in my abilities. I know myself. But some people are ridiculous. They genuinely have an ego where they think actually they are a star, and the reality is they're not, because if they were a star, they would have amounted to something. It's usually the people that maybe they were good in school, but then they went off and started drinking and smoking, and their fitness levels no longer good, so they don't put the effort in. But anyway, point being, I can tell when someone's sizing me up in sport, and I can tell, for example, at the gym, if someone, like I've noticed a few people will be like, it's even weird. Sometimes it's even staff of like, their job is to like fold a towel, put stuff away, help someone, be a receptionist most of the times, be of assistance. But because it's sometimes a quiet gym, it's an empty gym, they kind of just muck around. They're, young guys and stuff. They, sexually harass women, whatever PTs do. And sometimes, they look at whoever's training and stuff, and I can just see them size me up. I can just see them like be like, I'm like, I can tell the difference between a good guy and a bad guy. Now, a good guy is someone that will encourage you. Hey, that's impressive. Oh, well done. You're still going. Nice. All that stuff, right? Like, good workout. There's a few guys in there give me encouragement. I like talking to them. And there's other people that are like the silent assassin. They just are looking around and going, what are you? And I'm like, what are you looking at? Why are you looking at me in that way? I can see in your eyes you're not, there's no smile, there's no warmth in your face, you know what I mean? And you're a member of staff. I expect better from a member of staff. And I can see it from some people as well, when it's just like, you know, there was one or two people that they're not there anymore. After the pandemic, the members dropped a lot, but were like kind of more into the bodybuilding and stuff. And they would judge like a cardio workout, or you could see them just kind of like not not being like not being respectful. That was it. They're not very respectful. But yeah, this is all men, by the way. I have no idea what fucking women do. I don't want to know. I mean, women give the old eye roll occasionally, but yeah, sizing people up is something that I think it's a male thing. It's a physicality thing. But what the weird one was, I had it at the gig, right? So I did another weekend of gigs, and on the Friday was great, nice audience, happy days, big packed ones, really nice tight set. Went back on the Saturday. I was going, right, I'm gonna tighten this set up again. I know what I'm gonna do. I've got 10 minutes, polish it up, I'm ready for this coming Saturday. And I go down to the bar to get pints of water for me and the MC and stuff. I'm gonna go up, waiting by the bar, and there's a couple who's getting a drink and they're gonna go upstairs. So I'm like, oh hey, you're gonna go up and watch the show, yada yada. Just making some small talk to be like, yeah, we're gonna start, make our way up. And then just a bit of small talk. I said something, I can't remember what I said, but he was like, oh, you better be funnier than you are here. And I'm like, oh yeah, don't worry. Just go up, man. Like, I'm just gonna get some drinks. Yeah, the show's about to start. He was like, but you will be funny. And I was like, but this time, he said it like serious, and he's now standing in front of me, but like in an intimidating way of like standing over me. He wasn't that much taller than me, but there was an element where he wasn't smiling, wasn't laughing and stuff like that. It was like a straight face, harsh tone of like, yeah, but you are gonna be this isn't it, right? You're gonna be. And I'm like, hey man, like just go up. And it's weird because what am I supposed to say? Well, tell him to fuck off. I can't. He's an audience member. Oh, we need the audience to come in. At the same time, I was like, are you gonna be like this throughout the show? Are you gonna heckle me? Are you gonna like? There's so much of a mental thing. Like I'm preparing for a performance, right? I'm just coming down to get some water to go up. Shows up at the start. And this is why I fucking hate meeting audience members before the show or whatever. Some people are really cool. Some people are like, oh man, that's awesome. You're a comedian? Great. Yeah, we'll support you. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Lovely people. And you know what they are? They are secure within themselves. They don't give a fuck that you're a funny guy or you're a performer or whatever. They are happy in their little lives, whatever they do. If they're a fucking accountant, if they're a fucking painter, if they're unemployed, employed, doesn't matter what they do, they don't give a fuck. They're just happy that things are happening, that there's an event, that there's something cool happening at this pub that they happen to be drinking at. And other people, other fucking men, cannot handle anything that they cannot do, right? Now, there's a word I would love to use, but unfortunately, it's a slur now and can't be said in public. However, right, that sound is how I feel when it just comes to men. I mean, I should point out insecure men, right? Now, this is a Self Care podcast. I'm a bit insecure myself. I'm opening up, right? Here's on my vulnerable side. I told you about my skin condition. Told you about my anxiety. However, right, I fucking say it, right? These people don't have anything, and I just feel like it's that kind of like, yeah, always getting sized up. That was the thing that's occurred to me. Always getting sized up by men. But anyway, yeah, moving on. Hulk Hogan. Oh my God, R.I.P. the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan, terrible. He has passed away. I grew up a massive wrestling fan. I watched WWF as a child. Was it appropriate for my age? Probably not. The 90s Attitude Era, definitely not for children. However, we watched it. We loved it. Huge influence on the way I was. And what's funny is, like, because obviously wrestling is fighting because it's, it's not pretend fighting, obviously predetermined sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. But because we knew that they're in on it and it's written out and it's scripted and whatever you want to call it, we weren't violent. We would always play fight. We would always do like the moves and we would like do on each other. So we would like kind of, I mean, okay. What I mean was like I just didn't grow up with violence. We watched it, and yes, there were violent matches of like people being thrown off Hell in a Cell and chair shots and all that stuff. But the days of Hulk Hogan, that was just like fun wrestling times. It were just like classic good guy, bad guy, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior. And then he goes off WCW. You got Sting, Goldberg, NWO. I mean, Hulk Hogan is wrestling. I remember having an action figure of Hulk Hogan with his little yellow and red. I definitely can have nostalgia when it comes to wrestling. Yeah, I can easily watch. Now it's on Netflix. I can easily watch WWE now, but obviously all the classics: The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, Kane. I mean, any clips I watch, I'm a fucking nerd when it comes to it. I don't watch the recent stuff. I think I watched WrestleMania and I was like, alright, fair enough. It's definitely for kids. But I know some grown-ups, some adults that still watch it. And hey, fair play. If you have a mental illness, wherever it takes to get over it, that's fine. If you're part of the Down syndrome community, go watch wrestling. That's who it's for. But yeah, I definitely watched the growing up and stuff like that. And you know what's funny is now as an adult, I look at the wrestlers who, when I grew up, were like in their mid-20s. They look like 40 at that time. And I was a kid and stuff like that, so I'd look at like Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Undertaker. And I thought Stone Cold was a little guy. Because, okay, he's 6'2", he's 200 pounds, he's like 100 kilos of pure muscle. However, I'm a child. I have no concept of what 6'2" is. I just see him staring alongside the Undertaker, who is labeled as 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. I just do the math, and I'm like, right, Undertaker's bigger, therefore Stone Cold is a smaller guy, and Undertaker will pick him up with one hand and chokeslam him, whereas Stone Cold doesn't do that. Therefore, he's not strong enough to do that. And it's like, no, you idiot, you child. That's just because that's the moves, and Stone Cold probably could chokeslam him because the Undertaker would jump and allow him to be chokeslammed. Whatever. Point being, now as an adult, and I look at Stone Cold Steve Austin, who used to be my favorite wrestler. He's fucking jacked, 6'2", huge physique, and yeah, I mean, God knows what that guy is eating. Obviously, it's not all beer, but yeah, I'm looking at it now, being like, yeah, that's my ideal physique. I'm 6'2". That's what I want to be. I want to be Stone Cold Steve Austin with some hair. Stunning Steve Austin as he was. But yeah, for me, Project Fat Fuck is what I'm doing right now. Feeling good. I definitely losing a bit of body fat, but still more to go. I'm still my kind of fat, which is if I can punch it, it's there. But yeah, face is less full now. Although I do have adorable chubby cheeks, so it is bittersweet. By losing fat, I do lose my adorableness, but I gain it in the stomach area, which is annoying. So I look adorable and bloated, or do I look, you know, starving and lean? So there's an element there. But yeah, fucking bro science. I've got a PhD in that. Oh my god. When it comes to all the training stuff like that, I've never really been one for it. I mean, I watch some stuff on YouTube and stuff like that, but I cannot. I'm not gonna go too much talking about fitness and training, because I'll be honest with you, I think of it like brushing your teeth. Just get it done. Just get it the fuck done. The amount of people that talk, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I have like friends that are proper into the bro stuff, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get jacked. And I'm like, oh, yeah, what's the plan? I'm do arms, chest, and I'm gonna eat tons of beef. And I'm like, that's a heart attack waiting to happen. You gotta do some cardio, man. You gotta do something. Me, I like to run. I ride my bike. I do a little bit of everything. Today I did HIIT. I can't wait to go fucking swimming when the pool's empty. Um, but yeah, it's all that good stuff. I just I don't have fucking time for the bro life anymore. I got a fucking PhD in it. I know how you think, right? You think if you're stronger, you're more of a man. You think if you're fucking got more muscle, it's gonna take away the attention from your balding head. All the little things, right? You think I don't know? Think I don't know what you're trying to play at? We all do that. We all fucking do that. Look at me trying to get fucking abs in my mid-30s just to avoid the pain and suffering that no one will ever see this body anyway. But yeah, that's bro science for you. Bro science is basically being like, oh, what? I'm fucking miserable. Yeah. Let me do some heavy weights. I'll do chest day. I'll get over my trauma. Ugh. Oh yeah. But I get proper nerdy when it comes to the fitness trackers. So I do wear like one of these little hormone or bracelets, which a lot of people be like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, I'll be honest with you, it's not worth the effort. I really am just a nerd for numbers, but I had to get a new watch, which is annoying because one, they're very expensive, these little fitness trackers, and you don't know. You got the Apple One, you got the Garmin, you got the Galaxy, whatever. Personally, I go for Polar Fitness. I just like the brand. I like what they do. Um, and I was like, ah, fuck, right? So the button for all the settings to go into like set training and set this wasn't working on my old watch, right? And I was alright, whatever. The watch still works, so life goes on. Wasn't gonna think about it. And here's how dumb I am. I always go to like press it. I'm so used to just pressing buttons on my watch that I would be tapping it and nothing would happen because I'm just used to doing it. I would be like, I'd get on my bike and I'd be like, look at my, oh wait, you don't have to do that anymore. And then you just it's weird how you're just used to doing certain habits. Like your body is just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this action. even though the watch wasn't working. But I wasn't gonna get a new one until I realized that I use my the stopwatch feature when I'm on stage to time my sets. And I did a gig on Friday, and I was just on 10 minutes. And I was like, all right, sweet, 10 minutes, tight set, I've got it. On Saturday, I did a bit of improv, and got off the stage. Didn't do the last joke because I was like, okay, I think I'm over my time. 11 minutes minus the final joke. What I cut a joke short. So, yeah, I definitely need the fucking stopwatch. So I bought a brand new watch just to fucking do stand up comedy. Because God knows I don't need it for the fitness part. I mean, I do like the tracking when I'm on my bike to see how much I've covered when I go on a run, play football, whatever it may be. Just a little push, a little bit of motivation to keep me going. But yeah, in general, 99% of the time, I'm like, how long am I on the fucking stage for? Because that's the main feeling I get. All right, okay. ASMR cooking videos. I am a big foodie. For those who don't know, and on my Instagram now, the algorithm. Now that I've managed to cleanse all the thirst traps of fitness models away, um, yeah, I've been watching all these ASMR cooking videos and different recipes. I made a recipe that I've been planning for quite some time. It was a shrimp and steak pasta, and I fucked it up. I will admit, I fucked it up. I used way too much garlic. The pasta, I used, I think it's pronounced fusilli, whatever the fuck it's called. But yeah, I should have gone with a penne pasta instead, or maybe a spaghetti. But to be honest, I'm probably gonna just avoid the pasta altogether because it was very full and filling, and I actually struggled to get it down. But I've discovered this new thing called surf and turf, which is basically steak and shrimp. It is a fantastic fucking combo, honestly. If you do, all right, this is a self care podcast. I'm giving you some banging tips here, right? So let's go back to the list of what we discussed, right? For self care, number one, alcohol math. The best self care is to either go solo on it, right? Don't let other people fuck up your numbers, right? You want to be able to do simple addition and subtractions when you're drinking, right? Number two, for self care, if someone sizes you up, someone tries to, you know, take it down, just tell them to fuck off. Just fuck. Get the fuck out of my life. I don't need this. I do not need any insecure men in my life, or women for that matter. But regardless, yeah, any insecurities, let's get them the fuck out. But self care. Number three, we talked about the fitness tracking and the bro science. Yeah, it's probably all bullshit, but lie to me, fucking lie to me. Whatever it takes for me to get out of bed, lie to me. If I'm conning myself and thinking with myself I'm doing well, so be it, huh? What's the ignorance is bliss? All right, that's a form of self care. Ignorance is bliss. And then yeah, for fucking meals, right? You need your nutrition, and if you are veggie, vegan, whatever, I don't know if you've noticed this already. This is probably not the podcast for you. Switch over to someone else, or just drop me a follow and rate it, like it before you leave. Remember to share with someone who does like this stuff. But yeah, steak and shrimp, it is a fucking banging combo. I'm gonna go next time. Steak? No, I try to combine the two words. Steak, shrimp, and roast potatoes. So that's probably gonna be my weekend treat meal. I had some fucking pizza on Sunday, and that was feeling full. I felt stuffed, but I did something that I was never able to do before in my fat days, and that is to walk away from pizza. I had a pizza, and I was offered a whole nother one, and I just said nope. I had one bite and said nope, thank you very much. I tried it, I liked it. However, I'm full, and I'm going to walk away before I overeat, and I may have some regrets because it was good pizza, but I feel much better for being able to walk away. That is something I was not able to do before. Oh my fucking god. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but fuck it. Repeat myself anyway. I used to fucking crush pizza. Domino's, two for Tuesday, whatever it must be, any fucking, and it was always Papa John's, XXL, anything, always. After a fucking gig, I would just get a pizza, I mean, sometimes it was different takeout, McDonald's, KFC, whatever, kebab shops, chicken shops, but pizza was always just a fucking dough to fill me up, and then you had the fucking dessert menu. I remember going to fucking Domino's, you get two pizzas, I think I had a large, which was like 2,000 calories each, and then it would come with like a pint of ice cream. Pop that on a cookie. You get a bottle of fucking Pepsi or Coca Cola, or whatever. Chicken wings, all that shit. I remember eating all of it, and I would eat, and any leftovers would just be reheated up the next day. Um, I used to think I was saving money from fucking eating this way because I would be like, oh well, leftover pizza, I don't need to cook. Such a fucking idea. I was raking in thousands of calories with no movement whatsoever. This was a couch potato. Instead of, that couch to 5K, instead of running, it's couch to 5K in calories. That's all it was. That was my life before. And then yeah, obviously started trying to be healthy, and the fitness trackers was the thing that kept me going because I would look at my watch and be like, right, I need more to burn, I need more to do. And these apps now, they kind of integrate a bit of lifestyle, so they'll tell you about your sleep score, and they'll tell you about your fucking how gay you are, all the bro science that you need to keep going. But otherwise, yeah, my self-care, I realized that actually a fitness tracking watch is part of my self-care. Is it lies? Probably, but that's my self-care. And the big one, obviously, is the cold Urticaria. If you have a skin condition that you're sensitive about, I hope this episode has helped you. But otherwise, guys, if you've listened to this episode, please do like it, share it. Please leave a comment. Please follow the podcast. Please just keep sharing away. Obviously, the numbers are starting to grow, so it's quite exciting now. Every time I do one of these episodes, I'm like, oh, someone's out there. And if it's you, just tell me. Tell me, hey, by the way, I'll listen to your fucking episode, and I think you're gay. Whatever it is. Whatever you might think of me from doing these vulnerable eulogies. But yeah, it's a self-care podcast, and I just cheer myself up by ranting on the sofa. So that's the podcast for this week. Hope you've had a great week. Remember to take care of yourself, and if you don't, go fuck yourself. Goodbye.